So welcome to the KBL Walk and Talk. So yeah, just wanted to touch on the month of June. It was very satanic and it's just finished. So we're in the first day of July today. So today is Tuesday, sorry. And just want to say, like, first of all, you got Pride for the whole month. It's like not one day, the whole month, like I keep saying. And you look at the flag, it's so sinister. It's like so much like a cult flag, and it's like they want to break the family, they want to break the foundations of what a man and a woman is, because it falls right into their gender. And then you look at the trans demon, you could say, Baphomet, where he's got male parts below and female parts above. And there's a lot of this, like with MPs and politicians. There's a lot of trans women. Like, you got, okay, I can't prove it, but it's pretty obvious. You got Macron's wife. That's clearly a man. He might have lady parts, I don't know. He might still have male parts. And then you got Jacinda Ardern, who was the Prime Minister of New Zealand. There's a picture of it walking, and it's just swaying about. It's just walking along, like quite well hung. Then you got Michelle Obama, who Obama used to have the nickname Big Mike, Michael. So yeah, he used to call him Big Mike. So yeah, so you got that for a whole month, and then you had D-Day, which was on the 6th day of the 6th month. It wouldn't surprise me if it's 6 o'clock in the morning as well when it launched. And I was discussing today, what does the D stand for? And the official story is it's Decision Day and Designation Day. But I'm wondering if it was the day of death, you know, Death Day, because they're always talking about sacrifices made during the war and things like that. And it's like, and then you look at like the graves, the memorials, they're all obelisks mostly, isn't they? And it's like, why do you have an obelisk to remember people who passed away? And it's like, is that sort of like reference to Osiris? Because Osiris is the god of the underworld, and basically the obelisk is supposed to represent his manhood. And you'll see the famous obelisks like in the Washington Memorial in Washington DC, and then you'll see the dome on the top of the Capitol, which is supposed to be the womb of Isis, his wife. And then also in June, I'll come outside because into the light, but still darkness to talk about. So in June, they passed basically the abortion bill amendments, which was called NC1. So basically that allows for abortions to take place up to the day of birth. So that's been passed, so it will no longer be a criminal offence to abort your baby right up to the moment of birth. And then we also had the assisted dying bill, which, on, like, in one sense, yeah, it's a good thing to have for terminally ill people in pain, but you can see it being abused. You can see them adding amendments later on, and then it'd be like people who don't have the mental capacity, it'd be decided for them. Okay, I'm predicting here, but I know what these people are like. You know, they keep talking about conscription, and now there was something on MSN this morning about food rationing, and it's like, are they trying to prep people for this? Are they trying to get into your psyche that this is what's going to happen to normalise it? But yeah, that's what these people are like. Like both world wars, millions of people died and it didn't even need to happen. But it's always the same people behind all the wars, all the crises, all the pandemics. Everything they do is not natural. There's so many incidents where things are instigated and things are socially engineered to happen. But I don't want to spend too much time talking about that. So June's passed, so hopefully there'll be less pride flags and less pride propaganda and over promotion of that cult, because it's like a cult. Like you get the religious books and texts which people kill themselves over and go mental over, even though they don't even know if the person who wrote the book is real and who really wrote the book. And then you got in Christianity the King James Bible. I mean, how can people believe that is the official version of the Bible? It's like, it's talking about paying taxes and it's by a king. How can you trust the king? You know, in the cabal you get people go against the plan. I think Hitler went against the plan. I think he was supposed to basically start the war, set up Israel, but because he went the other way and he started going after the Freemasons, I think that's why the cabal got impatient with him and eventually brought America into the war to finish the war. But before that, he got their full support. Like, he was financed through Wall Street. I know I mentioned this before. But as soon as you go against them, like JFK, he didn't go to war with Cuba or Vietnam. Actually, I think he was in war with Vietnam, but he didn't want to progress it any further because he said too many people died. And then one day in Dallas, I believe it was 1963, he was assassinated. But you look at the footage here, his head goes back, so he was obviously shot from the front of his face. So there's a video, I don't know how to get it, because it's going to be really hard to get it, because they're going to censor it, delete it. There's a picture, well, not picture, a video of the driver shooting him in the head. And I can't remember if it's the first shot or the second shot. I think it was the second shot, because I think he got shot in the neck or in the chest first. And then the fatal shot in the head was from the driver. And I don't know if that footage is real. I'm not saying that did happen, but it looks like it's quite possible because his head went back. So he must have been fired from... The gunshot must have come from in front of him, not by the side, not behind the picket fence or in the book depository where, what's his name, Oswald was supposed to be. Because he was just what you call it, he was set up. So there's a better word for it, I can't remember the word, but I'll put it on there after if I remember it. So yeah, that's that. So we're in July now. The government here in the UK wants to introduce DNA testing for all babies what are born. I've not looked into when that's starting, but it doesn't surprise me because they want to catalogue everything, register everything. Because you have to register everything, land, car, and then basically when you register your car, you're just the keeper, not the owner. You can look that up. And also with children, with the birth certificate, when the children are registered, the state has the power to take the children off you. So social services can use the police and take the children off you if they got cause. And they follow the legislation. I'm not saying it's right, I don't agree with it, I don't think they should have any say. Obviously, like if it's child abuse and kids are not being looked after, then yeah, I fully support children being removed from their parents if their life's in danger, like physically or sexually or any sinister way. But I don't agree with the state getting involved because they didn't do something right, which is not related to that issue. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Glastonbury. You know, the big festival they have where everybody goes to protest against the globalists, but then don't realise that most of the record companies they're singing for are owned by Zionists, EMI, UMG, Universal Music Group, I think Sony, probably all of them, because like most of the movie companies are owned by the same people as well. So the Jewish owned, most Jewish people support Zionism. I'm not saying all of them, I'm not saying the Orthodox do, but a lot of people do follow that. So yeah, It's just strange that you'd go to a big concert also to protest against capitalism, but then it's a very capitalist event, and then they go on about open borders, and it's like, you're all fenced in, you all got to pay to get in there. Anybody comes in without a ticket is put in like this little police cell and then kicked out. So how could you be pro illegal immigration and then you go to Glastonbury? So it goes against all these things they're protesting against, and what they think. Going to these festivals like, yeah, we're fighting against the system, but you're supporting the system. If you're there supporting all these famous people, they're all part of the system, they're all part of the establishment, they work for the establishment, they're in the club. Jay-Z and all this Lady Gaga, they're pushing all the agendas. They're getting richer and richer. They're not sharing their money with you or anything with you, are they? Are they getting you off the street? Are they offering you jobs? No. Mike Evis, what's he doing for anybody? He's just getting richer. He's going to avoid inheritance tax. I think, is it 80 million? He's going to transfer all the assets that are worth 80 million to his daughter. Because if you do it 7 years before you die, and I know you're not going to know what date you're going to die, unless you plan it, you can avoid the inheritance tax. See, all these people, they're supposed to be good as gold, and they're supposed to be helping people. It's like Bono, isn't it, with his one foundation, which is basically tax evasion and money laundering, isn't it? Well, not money laundering as such, but it's to get out of paying taxes, and you basically hide your money away. And that's why you get the world's richest people don't really show you who are the world's richest people, because the ones who are really rich have their money in foundations, so it's not public knowledge, so it would never be broadcast. So you just get the usual suspects like Musk and but basically you get all these bosses of these companies like Oracle and Elon Musk, Tesla, and their names get put out there, but nothing about the Rothschilds or Rockefellers, or certain prime ministers, presidents. Yeah, and one of the acts playing at Glastonbury was Bob Dylan, and he was going, "You're not getting your country back," and all this crap, and kill the IDF, which I think the IDF are scumbag, and they're killing children. This is sick and evil, and they're killing women as well, and it's like, it's just scum, and I don't like them one bit. But going out there saying kill the IDF, one, he's probably doing that because he's been paid to say that. He probably don't even believe that. He's just following what they want him to do to bring up the anti-Semitism, because that's what it's all about. It's deflection, and it's about making them the victim all the time, because they're always the victim every time. It's all part of their divide and conquer, isn't it? It's all part of this white guilt, anti-Jewish agenda to basically make white people feel worse and shit about themselves, and make out that the Jews are the most victimised people in the world. I mean, that's nowhere near the truth. If you look into all this stuff, you'll see they're not Semitic, most of them. They're pretending to be Semitic. You cannot convert to another religion and get DNA of that land. You have to be born and have relatives who are associated with that land to have the DNA. It's like if someone gets a British passport, British citizenship, just because they're born here, it doesn't make them British in ethnicity. I know citizenship is just basically paper citizenship, isn't it? It's not DNA, ethnicity. Like if he was born in China, like a white person was born in China, they would never be Chinese. And I can accept that. Like if I picked up citizenship, say like Philippines or Malaysia, I would never say I'm Filipino, because I wouldn't be. I'll say my mind and my heart might be like Filipino, but I'm not Filipino race. But anyway, I just get fed up with people trying to make the lines and reality murky and not stick to facts. But yeah, anyway, let's leave that there. So moving on, let's talk about sausage fingers and the royal family. So their estate, the Crown estate, made profits of, sorry about the noise, I'm just going on the busy road. Yeah, basically the estate made £1.1 billion, but they're still going to get 132 million off the taxpayer. It's like, they don't even need the money. Why are we still funding them? Why can't they fund themselves? They keep talking about times have changed and we're no longer like it used to be. You remember 1,000 years ago where all your taxes used to go to the kings and queens, but really in reality it still does, doesn't it? That's what His Majesty's revenue collection, it's in his name, Royal Mail. It's all in the name, Bank of Scotland, Royal Bank of Scotland. It's in their name. Can't tell me, oh, it's independent of the royal family when royal is in the name of the service, the organisation. It's like Royal Mint. It's their mint. They own it. They own Royal Mail. Like, I don't know where it stands with Royal Mail now because they've been partly privatised, haven't they? So it's got a different name now, but I think they're still going around with Royal Mail on the fans and on the uniform. So I have to look into that again. But yeah, they always look after their buddies, don't they? So politicians, they always get money back out of different schemes, like Andrew Bridgen. He's supposed to be the only MP out of 650 MPs standing up, which you'd think, like, I've heard stories in Jersey where people try and expose tax evasion and all the practices and they get death threats, and he claims he gets death threats, but I don't believe it. I think it's all scripted and it's all an act. I think he's just a controlled opposition, just like Reformer. And even in Ireland, you got Sinn Féin. They talk about, we want a united Ireland, but then they want to allow the rest of the world to come into Ireland. So are they really Irish Republicans? Because it's like, if you was an Irish Republican, you would want Ireland for the Irish, and you wouldn't want every people from Nigeria, India and Pakistan getting Irish passports and that's basically taking over the Irish land. And I was starting to think of this word I thought up. Basically what you're seeing in the UK and Ireland, and I'm not sure in Portugal if it's just Lisbon and Porto, but I'm seeing the Indianification of Ireland and the Indianification of Britain, the UK and Portugal. I think they've chosen these people because they wouldn't choose like a country with a low population like Barbados, because there wouldn't be enough to overpopulate the locals. So they had to choose a group of people who would basically work hard, work for lower wages, not assimilate, to make it easier to overthrow the country. Because if you, like, say Australia and you had British going there and Irish, they would assimilate and they would fight for Australia, I believe. Same with the British in America, to a certain degree. But when you're getting people from a totally different culture, they're not going to stand up for that country, are they? And I've said this before with the Kalergi plan and other videos, but that is the plan, innit? That's why they're saying the tricolour in Ireland is racist, because they want to delete their effectiveness and their power. So they want to make people scared to use that flag, and then people start disbelieving in that flag, and then they say we want a new flag, or this country's made up of people from South Asian ethnicity and it's no longer the island it was, so it needs to be a new island, so a new identity. And this is basically what's happening across a lot of European countries. It's like the same with the St George's flag. They say that's racist. They were saying that way before the Irish tricolour was racist, which is not racist. There's nothing wrong with being proud of where you come from. It's not like the Irish people, they're very open and welcoming, more than the British, I would say. But there's only so much they can take in. It's like when you're getting towns overpopulated, people have no belonging there, come there illegally, the people are going to be upset. They don't want this. You're taking over their land, you're disrupting their lives, you're putting their women in danger, you're lowering wages, you're making the housing situation worse. This cannot continue. We need to name and shame all these hotels, all these landlords, all these MPs and TDs and Taoiseachs and premiers and any NGO, non-government organisation behind all these. Anybody getting rich, anybody supplying them. Like Travelodge is one, Travelodge Island. So I wouldn't use Travelodge in the UK. Britannia Hotels, we've got one in Liverpool. They've got a few around England and the UK. Don't use them anymore. Cancel your bookings if you're not going to lose money. Don't use these companies. You know, they're stabbing us in the back. And all these lefties here, don't they realise, like, when you want somewhere to live, how much more money you're going to pay to live somewhere because there's too many people here? The government are never going to build more houses. The government are not going to do what you want them to do. It's just lies and you're not getting it. Every time there's an election they promise everything and they make America great again. You know, I've seen a video where there's about 10 or more presidents who said the same thing. They say the same thing every 4 years, or they said it like 10 years ago or 20 years ago. They all use the same script. They all promise you to make things better. They all promise to improve things, but they don't. They're just lying to you. There's no point voting for reform in the UK. They're controlled opposition. They're not going to stop the boats. They're not going to... By the time they get in power, it could be too late. We've got 5 years left here, I think, to sort this out. If it's not sorted out in that time, I think it's going to be way too late, and this country will no longer be recognisable. And it won't just be Leicester or Birmingham where the whites are a minority. It'll be like 50% of the country, maybe more. We're seeing so many changes, and with the changes comes all the problems. Like you've got oh yeah, that's another thing I said before, and I know I'm only one man, but when people use Deliveroo or Uber Eats and Just Eat, you're supporting illegal immigration. There's illegal migrants staying in hotels and then they're doing shifts on these companies, and these companies need to be banned. They need to be heavily fined and put out of business. It's no good saying like, oh, we'll change our ways. They're not good. They don't care, and they're making people work like idiots, and they're not paying any fines. It's like they're getting away with it all. And it's like they mentioned well, is it the government that mentioned there's going to be not age verification, there's going to be facial verification. But what's to stop the owners of these accounts? Because basically they rent out their accounts and then the illegals pay to use their accounts. So what's going to stop the owner of the account just uploading his facial features, and it could be like once a year or every 6 months, and then the illegal worker will carry on using it, and they're not paying any taxes. I don't support the tax system because a lot of the money goes missing and it goes to the wrong things, and it's not helping us, and it's going to foreign countries and helping people like the illegals. 8 million a day to house them in hotels. There is over 400 hotels just full of migrants in the UK, and in Germany it's like, I think there's even more. And like Ireland's only a country of 5 million people and they've got loads. They're all traitors, these MPs, and all these people are allowing it. It's like Calais and the French, they just let them come. and the border force just escort them onto the land, and then they get fed, and then they get housed. It's just a joke, and it's disgusting, and it's like, it's got to stop. And voting is not the remedy. We need to stop using this system. We need to be loud and clear. We do not accept this. I mean, do you have to get to the stage where you just like make them feel unwelcome because like nothing's working, protests not working? Do people have to police their areas and just say, we don't want you here, get out? Because you can't trust MPs, and then they accuse you of being racist, and they're just such a bunch of sellouts. They really are traitors. I tell you, when you look at criminals, they are the biggest criminals. And they keep going about conscription. I tell you what, Keir, go and sign up, get in the front line, fight the Russians. I dare you. You wouldn't last 2 seconds. Same with all these other MPs, they're all pathetic and they're all weak. Get other men to fight your wars and fight your battles. Fight your own wars. You starting these wars. Like America, stop getting involved in Israel's fights. Let Israel fight their own wars. But what's happened to the Americans? America's supposed to be for the Americans, not Israel. They should ban that as well. Ban people having dual nationality of USA and Israel. If they're not committed to America, they shouldn't be allowed to serve in the American government, in the United States of American government. They shouldn't be allowed to. Because if Israel is your chosen country, then you shouldn't be allowed to represent the US in the Senate or in the Capitol building. You're supposed to be there for the American people, not for Israel. Same with the British. If you don't support the British and the Irish, if you don't support the Irish, you shouldn't be in any of these respective governments, parliaments. You have no place being there. And your system doesn't work for us. It's about time we moved away from these systems. We could sort out everything ourselves, like bin collections, like policing. We could have security, we could have private security, we could have neighbourhoods where we sort it out amongst ourselves, not have people taking our money and then pissing it up the wall. I mean, look at that, isn't that lovely? And the sun's come out now. I love it. I do love coming out here. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say, what else was I going to say about about basically the road to digital ID. So I've said about Uber Eats, Deliveroo and Just Eat. They want to do like a facial recognition software, and also Pornhub and RedTube, two of the big porn sites, which are probably Israeli owned, because I know Pornhub is. So Pornhub is owned by a rabbi, which is it's unbelievable, isn't it? But basically they want to introduce age verification predictor. So basically it's supposed to be able to estimate how old someone is. So yeah, it's not digital ID at the moment, but it's just the building block. So you need to do it bit by bit. So basically you start off with the porn sites, and then you'll start off with the illegal immigrants, and slowly but surely you bring in this digital infrastructure, this digital ID infrastructure. It's all part of the plan. There's a lot of things happening this year, especially with immigration and visas, and I mentioned before with the British resident permit is now digital. And Thailand have been doing similar things to the UK. The EU is more extensive with this digitalisation. And America had the real ID, which has already started, and they're going to phase out boarding passes, but that's internationally, it's not just America. So what I was going to say, what's my train of thought now? Yeah, so basically this year they want to introduce new systems in the EU. So there'd be the entry and exit system, the EES system. Yeah, it's supposed to start in October of this year. And also the central bank digital currency euro is supposed to start in October this year as well. So there you go. And then we have the ITS system, the electronic travel information authorization system. Glad I remembered all that. It's supposed to be out in the third quarter of 2026. And then there's going to be a digital Schengen visa. So that's everybody with a passport that doesn't allow you visa-free access to the EU. And that is going to start in 2028. So all the systems are being put in place. So anytime you go for an airport, I think in the future there's going to be no stamping the passports. There's all going to be scan your passport and it's going to come up on all the systems. And then eventually, if they're interlinked, especially all the European ones, because even in Albania, is it Frontex or Vortex, the immigration system for the EU, frontier system for the EU, even they were operating there, and they're the police officer from Italy because they have an agreement with Italy, but Albania is outside the EU. But they still have their strings attached to outside countries. So yeah, in the UK it's going to be pulled into the EU system by Gibraltar and Northern Ireland in different parts. So yeah, so these systems are being put in place. And the UK has electronic travel authorization system set up for a few countries. I think the EU is supposed to be gonna have to do it as well soon, if they're not already doing it. And yeah, just touching on some other stuff. Uber gonna start trials on driverless taxis next year in London. So at first, the taxis will have a human at the driving seat just in case anything goes wrong, but once the trials finish they'll be able to offer driverless taxis. And I bet you it still costs you the same amount to get your taxi. And where's that going to lead to? It's just going to lead to like making it more difficult to drive a car, isn't it? Because they come out and they say, well, human error can't be trusted, and the driverless cars are basically controlled by AI. AI doesn't make any mistakes because the company what's working with Uber is called Wayne. It's a startup, so they're going to use their technology with the Uber company to provide the driverless taxis. But it's just like, it's going to be horrible, isn't it? You get in a taxi, you can't say stop here. It's going to say, sorry, we can't stop here. It's an unregulated zone. Please remain in your seat. Please keep your seatbelt on at all times. And say if someone was after you, like the police or authorities, and it scanned who you are, you'd just be taken to the police station. You can imagine that, can you? Maybe not at first, but as it gets more sophisticated and more interconnected with the beast system, what they're building, the technocratic matrix they're building, yeah, you'll just get detected and delivered to the authorities, which I don't see them as authorities, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so we've got age verification, we've got age estimation, we've got driverless cars. Oh yeah, and I was watching something about the East Midlands combined authority. So that's basically Derby City, Nottingham City, Nottinghamshire and Derbyshire. And basically it's combined and there's a mayor, I can't remember, is it Clarewood? Something Clarewood. And basically it's like a fourth tier of local government really, isn't it? Because if you have like a a town council, then you have a district council, then you have the council, so you have the council of Derbyshire or Nottinghamshire, and then you can see it's being added on an extra tier of council tax, because you're going to have to pay for that as well, because they're not going to divide the money up and make it fair, are they? They're probably going to say, oh, you need to pay this, you need to pay that. Oh, it's just going to cross. Oh yeah, I see a bridge now. I was thinking, why is there a path and then there's a river there? But yeah, just walk into the bridge, let's have a look. Try not to get stung by the stinging nettles. The stinging nettles, you can make soup out of that. I've never done it. It's quite nice, isn't it? I love this stuff. Like the long grass. What do they call it? What do they call it? Something grass. But yeah. So yeah, basically they want to make these 15-minute cities, so they have these mayors to make it like a little country in it, basically. So, and I think that's supposed to be connected with the EU. But people keep buying all these devices, these smart devices, and it's just basically sucking you into a slave prison system, isn't it? And it ends up controlling you. Like, they do control quite a lot of things you do anyway. Like, when you're at home, you could be doing other things, but you're distracted because you've got the social media. Like, it could be Facebook, even Telegram, I find takes up your time, because you always got people arguing with you, and there's all the distractions, videos to watch, YouTube. I do try and use Odyssey. BitChute I don't watch that much. I'll put stuff on BitChute. Oh yeah, if you do like my videos, please try to support me on Odyssey, because I've only got 1 follower so far, and yeah, thank you for joining, whoever you are, because I couldn't find any information. BitChute, I've got 3 followers. YouTube, I haven't got any followers yet. And like, my videos are not getting out there on YouTube. I post it on there, but for some reason they don't like what I'm saying. They don't like you speaking the truth. So yeah, unless you're Russell Brand or Josh Rogan, you know, the controlled opposition, you're not going to get the viewers, you're not going to get shared. But like, share these videos, I mean, comment on the videos, I mean, just get it out there, help me out. I want to do this more. I'm working at the moment. Ideally, if I wasn't working, I'd produce even more videos, and I'm looking at ways to improve these videos as well. But yeah, I'll keep on doing it, because I want to help people. Oh yeah, with Amazon, they're going to invest 40 billion into the UK. But really, isn't that like Bill Gates investing in his foundations, where he just makes himself richer? So what will happen? You'll just see Amazon put in the infrastructure so they can steal more business off local businesses. Because they're talking about building 2 units in the East Midlands, basically distribution centres of some sort, and then they want to, increase the size of their London office, and they want to invest in the Braze studios for Amazon Prime, so they can capitalise on more of the streaming revenue to make him even richer. That's the thing, isn't it? They try to get a monopoly on online shopping, which they've got. Then they get a monopoly on the music streaming, and then they're trying to get a monopoly on the video streaming. So they've got their own delivery network now, which rival quite a few big companies. Because most of the people are self-employed, aren't they? So they get them to do all the legwork. So what else is Amazon going to do? But basically they're investing in themselves, aren't they? It's not like these jobs are going to be there later on, because they're basically just going to invest it, make more money, and then they're going to cut more jobs later on. Because Amazon is very, you call it, It's very heavily invested in robotics and technology. So what will happen is that basically they'll invest more into machines and then replace jobs as much as they can as soon as they can. Yeah, look at that, it's quite nice. I mean, the power station ruins it a bit. It's nice to see the sheep. They're the good sheep, not the ones who just follow orders and do what they're told. Well, they do follow the shepherd, but they have been trained like that, and it's a bit better than people who know better. So there you go. But yeah, what else can I say? Yeah, I want to think of solutions to get out of all these systems like the banking. Like we could trade amongst ourselves. We could use Monero, Pirate Chain, Dero. It's just the off-ramping is an issue, and basically who's going to set the currency. And there's people going out there, especially with Bitcoin. There's quite a few people who are getting it out there and basically setting this up. I'll go around the church in a minute. Let's have a look around the church. That's what I like about this country. It's like things I like biscuits, chips, churches. Like we got some amazing churches, and we got amazing glasswork in the churches. And I'm not getting to what's right and what's wrong, like who the creator is. But there's something special about churches. If you look at a mosque, you can say, yeah, some mosques could be beautiful, but they don't have the glass work. All it's just basically massive towers. But with the Christian churches, they're very nice. And the Catholic churches, the stonework's amazing as well. I know you didn't come here for that, for a lesson in churches, but yeah. But a lot of churches, they're being converted into mosques, homes, pubs, businesses, offices. And what gets me is when you have a church turned into a mosque and they're supposed to stand for like all these different beliefs, and it's like, why do you pick Christianity like a house of Christianity? Why wouldn't you start again? Like, it's like rubbing your face in it, isn't it? Because it's like we need to build a mosque in the church just to show we're taking over England, basically. And what gets me is when you see like Archbishop of England, Church of England, was it Justin Welby, and you have his rainbow label and his, what you call it, and his cloak, and you support all the agendas. It's like, you're not really Christian, are you? You're not really true to, you're not true to yourself, and you're not true to the religion. You're just basically a sellout. But yeah, you get always corrupt, not just politicians and musicians. Oh, I don't think you can say musicians are corrupt as such, but you do get corrupt religious leaders where they talk about Jews and Israel, and they'd be supportive of them even though they're genociding loads of kids and women, and then they support gay marriage. It's like, hang on a minute, where does it say that's acceptable in the Bible and in your church and in your belief? It doesn't. But you sell out and you go along with the agendas. That's quite nice. There is some beautiful places in Lincolnshire. It's quite a nice county. I do like it here. And I also think it's always bloody cold and windy here, but this summer it's been quite some really good days here. So it's growing on me. I do like this area. Oh yeah, and Denmark are going to conscript women into the army from next year. Which is like, is this leading up to the big war? Because they're on about conscription in every European country now. And then they're on about conscripted women in quite a few countries. I think they already have it in Sweden and Norway. And yeah, and also what's funny as well, in the US military, they've just banned trans soldiers from serving in the US military. Oh, can you imagine that? Like, would it be a bit uncomfortable if you're a guy and you've got a tranny soldier next to you, and he's like, are they going to try and bum me at night time? And they look a state, some of them, they don't even look like females. It's like, they're so blokey. Oh, crazy world we live in. Let's have a look over here. But yeah, they keep pushing this conscription and they keep talking about it. It's like, you think it'd be safe for the women here, like if all the men left this country and went to fight in the war, and then you've got all these illegal immigrants, what are they going to try and do to all the women here? You know, it's bad enough as it is, and it's like there's loads of rapes, and especially in Sweden, Germany, France. So unsafe for women in France now. Like, some women have to go out with a dog, they buy dogs especially. Like, one lady, she had a pig with her just to stop the men from harassing her. It's like, how bad does it have to get? Like, I know these politicians don't do anything about it. And you imagine if all the men here went to fight in the wars and then fight whatever war, whether it's Iran or Russia or India, Pakistan or wherever it is, it would feel very safe with it for your sisters and your mum, your mothers and your daughters and your girlfriends and wives, would it? Because you've got all these new arrivals who do not respect the culture here and just think they can take what they want. And you think the women would be safe here, and then what are they going to get given your house and stuff if you die in the battlefield? For his bloody feminine Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Like, it's like they always try and get people into these wars, and it's like they wouldn't fight it themselves, would they? Imagine them really weak men, isn't it? That's why they're so angry at the world, because they're just pathetic, aren't they? And basically they're all puppets. They're all puppets serving their masters. But yeah, I won't talk about it anymore. So yeah, another thing, do you ever go to your stand in the parks? Like most countries, especially like Australia, got it, because I think it started in Australia, and then New Zealand got it, UK, Ireland, I think they're in America, and sorry, a few European countries. But you could also start your own ones. You can always message the organisers and set up your own group. Like, you could say like, oh, let's set up stand in the park Serbia or whatever, or Fiji, I don't know, Singapore, you know. And yeah, you're gonna have different issues. Like if you set up in China and stuff like that, you probably have to be more secretive about it. I don't know how they might be like more freedom orientated about it actually. It's only if you went out and said like, oh, you like pro Hong Kong and stuff like that, and you was like, and they knew it as being organised from the stand in the park. But if it's just normal people meeting in the park who get on and not doing anything bad, like from their books, from their way of looking at things, then it would be an issue. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Just walked into a village. I don't know what's what or where to go, but just change the scenery, and yeah, keep watching, and I'll try and bring you a video more regular. Sorry it's a bit longer this time. I just weren't very prepared last week on my days off, and then I went back to work, and I'm definitely going to do one today, say a few things. I need to go on the other side really, I can't see the cars coming. But yeah, it's a gorgeous day today. All the best to you, take care, and yeah, just like, share, comment, share these videos around. I've got a Telegram group as well. I posted that on all the channels. You can there's a chat option, so you go into the main channel, click on the message box, and it should take you to chat then, and then you can chat on there if you want. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Take care, goodbye.